What is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. So I want to talk about a trade proposal that was put forth, earlier today. And I just got another one that popped out. So I'm going to get you both of these trade proposals, okay? But the first one I'm going to put right up here. And shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. Smack the like buttons. Let's rock and roll. I appreciate you. Now, I'm going to put this forward. Now, this is an interesting one, okay? But I do have something to say in this. This is right from, this is right with the Yankees and the Braves. Okay, this is Pinstripes Nation. In this particular trade, the Yankees would receive Ozzie Albies, a switch-hitting second baseman. Okay, he's got he's got a lot of speed. We know this. Okay, he's on a controllable contract too. He's got, I think, 3 years left on his contract, or 2 or 3 years left. He's a solid defender and obviously consistent offensive production. And he's on a contract, a team-friendly contract, about $7 or $8 million per season. So AJ Minter is a left-handed reliever. Now, my problem with this is AJ Minter is a free agent right now, so he can't receive him in a trade. So this trade would need to be amended if that's the case. But I am also fine with just going after Ozzie Albies by himself. So, and I did confirm that AJ Minter is a free agent. But again, he's a battle-tested lefty reliever. So that's a good thing. The Yankees could target him in free agency instead of in a trade. Now, in this trade, in return, the Braves would receive Marcus Stroman. And it looks like in this one, the Yankees would cover $3 million of his salary for 2025, as well as Oswald Peraza, promising infield prospect. He could obviously replace Albies. Albies, the fact of the matter is an upgrade over Peraza. He's going to upgrade over Oswald. There's an upgrade over DJ. He's an upgrade over David Clay Torres. Okay, so the Yankees would be getting the key piece here, but I'm not sure that this would be enough for Ozzie Albies. I might try to offer Roderick Arias either instead of Peraza, or try to offer someone else with Peraza, and see if that can do it. Marcus Stroman, I understand the logic there. He can replace Charlie Morton, who's no longer with them. He signed with another team. But this is the trade put forth by Pinstripe Nation. Okay, and you let me know what your thoughts are on that one. Okay, now there's another trade that just came through the wire a second ago. This is from the Sporting News. Might as well put this out here too. It's a 4-player trade with the Yankees and the Cubs. Okay, and I'm looking for the details on this. I'll just read it. Things have quieted down for the Yankees after a busy start to the offseason, but there are still a handful of moves that could be made to improve the roster. There remains to be seen what will happen over the next month, and there are 4 weeks left, by the way, before pitchers and catchers report. A new development could help facilitate. They're saying a new development, okay, could help facilitate a trade to address New York's biggest need. With the Chicago Cubs reportedly expressing interest in free agent Alex Bregman. Now, speaking of Bregman, I don't know if you heard, I put out in a video this morning, he's received a 3-year offer from the Boston Red Sox with an option for a 4th year. But he's holding out for 5 guaranteed years. Maybe if Boston offers him 4 guaranteed years, that could change his mind. But he is represented by Scott Boras. And he did turn down a 6-year deal already. So I don't know if he would settle for 4. Probably settle for 5. So there's still a little bit of a ways apart from each other. So I'm not sure if Bregman would sign with the Cubs. But with that said, in this scenario, and this is Ryan Garcia from Fireside Sports actually, is mentioned in this article, put together a mock trade that would send Nico Horner, we've talked about him, to the Yankees in exchange for Ian Hamilton, Will Warren, and Cam Schlittler. Okay, so 3 arms in exchange for Nico Horner. Okay, Nico Horner's got 2 years left on his deal, about $11 million per. So there's that trade there. Okay, what's your thoughts on that one? Now, the first trade proposal, for those that haven't heard, and I will attach these in this stream after we finish the stream. Okay, so you could read both trade proposals yourself. One put forth by Pinstripe Nation, one put forth by Sporting News, and Ryan Garcia from Fireside. So Nico Horner in exchange for 3 pitchers. Okay, Ian Hamilton, Will Warren, and Cam Schlittler. Or Ozzie Albies, switch-hitting second baseman. Either one of these guys could be a leadoff hitter, by the way. They both have speed and they're good contact hitters with good defense, too. Ozzie Albies, they mentioned AJ Minter, but Minter is a free agent, so they can't trade for a free agent. So, in exchange for Oswald Peraza and Marcus Stroman. And the Yankees eating $3 million of this deal. So, what are your thoughts on that one? The second deal was between the Yankees and the Cubs, Talbot. It would be Nico Horner to the Yankees for 3 pitchers. I've said this already too, Mike. Yeah, they failed to reach. They failed to avoid arbitration with Brendan Donovan, the Cardinals, and they failed to reach an agreement on an extension too. He's my #1 target. Everybody knows that. Nico Horner's #2 on my list. But if Ozzie Albies became an option, I would consider him too. Especially because at this point, it's probably going to be really hard to pry away Donovan. Probably less hard to pry away Horner. But either one of these guys would be a significant upgrade for this team. So, and there are 4 weeks left until pitchers and catchers report. I do expect the Yankees to add a pitcher. Okay, add a relief pitcher and a bat. Okay, Horner bats righty. Albies is a switch hitter. Now my thought process is with Marcus Stroman, I would be trying to trade him for a reliever with controllable years to a team that needs to spend, like the A's or the Marlins. But we'll see there, right? I know there's still talk about Arias too, and I mean I'm Ha-Seong Kim. He's probably 4th or 5th on my list, only because he's not going to be ready until in April. So, but again, hands down, Brendan Dunham is my #1. But I wanted to get these 2 trade proposals to you and see what your thoughts are. Okay, smack the like buttons, by the way. If anybody is not subbed to the channel, make sure you sub to the channel too. Okay, and again, that if you can get Horner for those 3 arms, that seems to be a a pretty good deal. And Cam Schlittler is not better than Nico Horner, so I'm okay with giving up Cam Schlittler if you can get somebody like Nico Horner. I understand what you're saying, Jonathan. I get it. But again, Albies he has had a couple injuries, not like Ronald Acuna. He's had some major injuries. Okay, what he does bring a lot of upside and a lot of speed and a lot of youth and a couple of controllable years, and he's significantly cheaper than Nico Horner is. So I don't know if they would trade Albies. This is a proposal put forth by someone not named me. And I'm gonna attach both articles down below so you could read them for yourselves. Again, like right now, there's going to be a lot of news going, a lot of proposals, a lot of ideas, right? That are going to be put forth until the Yankees make the move and get whatever bat they're going to get. Right? There's still going to be a lot of ideas being put forth. Okay, and by the way, the Yankees have signed. If you haven't heard, the Yankees are now up to 6. I'm going to pull this up. The Yankees are up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. They've signed 6 international players today so far. Today's International Signing Day. Okay, every one of them is from the Dominican Republic. 3 outfielders, 2 shortstops, and a right-handed pitcher. And again, I'm going to wait until the end of the day to see if this list goes up, and then I will probably profile these guys on a video tomorrow. So I'll let you know exactly who they are. So, there's not a lot of action because the markets have not yet materialized yet. I mean, there's a lot of guys. And then part of the a lack of action is because the guys that people are looking for are all attached to QOs. Like, who's going to give up multiple draft picks for Pete Alonso and big money and international money, or Alex Bregman or Anthony Santander? No, it's not going to happen. That's why their market's slowing down. Somebody will eventually do it, but maybe they'll end up going back to their old teams too. I'm going to profile them, Davey. I'm going to profile every international. I'm going to wait until the end of the day because it might go up to more than 6 players. So Warren's had a rough up, but he needed to have that adjustment period up here. I think he'll be better next time he comes up to the majors and maybe in a different environment as well. He could, be. But I think he does have the qualities of a consistent major league pitcher. So I'm not really that hung up on his struggles for the month. So I don't know, Joseph. I mean, these are the trade proposals that are being put forth. Maybe these folks are looking at MLBTradeValues.com to see if the weights. So I personally don't really use that too much. I like to use the need of the team. If the team needs this position, I try to formulate the trades to address the needs of the teams, both sides. No, he's not been traded to New York, Pedro. There's a trade proposal to have him come to New York. but he hasn't been traded to New York. I did hear about the death of Matus, yeah, a couple days ago, Jack. Yeah, he's got to give up that second game-winning home run to Raul Ibanez when he hit those 2 home runs in the playoffs against the Orioles. He gave up that second home run to Ibanez. But may he rest in peace. He's only in his 30s, man. Yeah. So that's I mean, it's prospect ranking. Yeah, I don't really look at the prospect ranking. All I just know that they signed 6 prospects internationally. So I don't really care. Like like I said yesterday, Roki Sasaki was number 1, and then there was 38 position players before the second pitcher came at 39. 39 and 40 were the next 2 pitchers. And there were only 2 guys that were 18 and older. One of them was Roki Sasaki on the top 50 list. Everybody else was 16 and 17 years old. So that's it in terms of the prospects list. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But like I said, I'm going to keep putting forth whatever. And these aren't my trade proposals. These are trade proposals put forth by other people. And other people are, looking for ways to kind of spice things up too, whether it be content or to provide a spark to the Yankees and some other teams too. So I get it. I don't think the Yankees would have a problem trading with the Braves if they both can get what they want. I think it'll cost more than Peraza and Stroman to get Albies or a different type of trade. But they did lose Charlie Morton, who signed elsewhere. They have to replace him somehow. You can give him some innings. They didn't sign Corbin Burns. Maybe they'll sign Jack Flaherty. But I don't know. Yeah, the Yankees are still a piece or two-way, Joseph. I agree. I mean, I think the Yankees are the best team in the American League. But, yeah, Brendan Donovan's who I wanted in New York for the last 2 years. Everybody knows that. But, this is the other, not really a problem, but, we don't know if the Cardinals have officially put him on the block. But there's no way Cashman's going to leak that information, especially the big mouth, so they can run it all over Twitter. They're not going to do that. He's not going to do that. So other people would leak that stuff. Cashman would not do it. So, yeah, I don't really baseball trade values. Like, I'm not giving up Spencer Jones for Horner or Schmidt for Horner, but that's just me. Yeah, and baseball trade value is not really the gospel for me. But yeah, it's crazy how some of the values are linked the way that they are. So, what do I think about the lineup? Albies, Bellinger, Judge, Wells, Jazz, Big G, Jazz, Wells, Goldie, Marshall, and Volpe. It's close. It's a pretty good lineup. Like I said too, the 7, 8, and 9 in this lineup is going to be a heck of a lot better this year. The lineup's going to be longer. It's going to be more, more versatile, more athletic, more fundamentally sound. So, which is good too. I did see that too, Ken. Yeah, Sports Illustrated. Peraza trade. The Twins get Peraza and Stroman and Warren. The Yankees get Willie Castro and Vasquez. And Willie Castro, okay. Christian Vasquez is a solid backup catcher. It might be a feasible trade, but would the Twins take Stroman? Did they suggest the Yankees eat any money, Ken? Sports Illustrated? Yeah. Was Tanner Scott? Yeah. Tanner Scott's huge. Tanner Scott, he's the elite left-handed reliever on the market. Yep. Yes, indeed. Well, yeah, a lot of people wish that, but it's not that easy, Daniel. It's not that easy. No money. Well, that's good. If the Yankees can get a trade for Marcus Stroman and get guys like that and not have to eat any money, then maybe they'll consider Tanner Scott. But until then, I'm not sure. They still have to move, I think, Trent Grisham too, in my opinion. Cuban relief pitcher from Japan. Who's that? Marcus. What's good, Marcus? Scott, yeah. Well, Scott wants to be paid like a closer. Yeah. The trade proposal that was put forth, JT, was by by Sporting News, I think. I'm going to attach it down below so you can read it. But it was Ozzy Albies and AJ Minter, so they have to amend that trade because Minter's a free agent, so you can't trade a free agent in exchange for Oswald Peraza and Marcus Stroman. So again, in theory, it makes some sense because Stroman can replace Charlie Morton and Peraza can replace Albies, but you're probably going to have to add somebody to that trade for the Yankees. And I would just do Albies by himself. So I'm telling you, Beagle, that people are cold, my man. Stroman to Detroit, I can see. Stroman to Detroit, I can see. He's got an under 1 ERA in Detroit in his career. So, yeah, it's not that bad, JT. I mean, I didn't think it was that bad of a trade proposal. But again, they just have to amend it because Minter's not with the Braves anymore. So, yeah, you get a little bit more wiggle room on Stroman if you move him. And I do think he gets moved. So, Minter's a free agent. So, I mean, Albies he's got a couple injuries, but he's solid. And again, he's an elite defender. He's got a lot of speed. He's a contact. He's a switch hitter. So keep hitting them like buttons, again. We got 200 plus people, and we got 71 likes. Everybody smack that thumbs up if you don't mind. Let's blow past 100 as quickly as we can. I appreciate it. No, the Mets have not signed Alonso. It's almost like he's begging them to bring it back. But again, the problem is he turned down a 7-year deal from them. So then they're gonna make him sweat. Albie is the second base, SDC. Well, I don't know if they would do that. I'm not sure they would. I'm not sure if they're going to trade Schmidt at this point. Now that they've lost out on Roki Sasaki. I'm not sure. The Braves. They might ask for Schmidt. I don't know. They might. But yeah, I mean, it's Cashman's on the phones. The trade proposal with the Braves came from Sporting News. I'm going to attach it down below, Marcus, so you can read it. Once the live stream is over, I'm going to attach the trade proposals right down in the bottom there, so you can read them for yourself. But again, there's 4 weeks left. There's no need to make an impatient move. A lot of teams are waiting the market out so the prices come down, so they can get a deal more favorable to their terms. That's no surprise. That's no surprise. Yeah, it is important. I mean, patience, I understand it's not an easy thing to do, but we have to be patient. Yep. If they trade Schmidt, I don't think so. Because Flaherty's not that much of an upgrade over Schmidt, and especially you have to pay him $20-25 million a year. It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, Yariel Rodriguez, he signed last year. Dave, I think he signed with the Blue Jays, maybe. He signed already. Jose. Quietly, SDC, that's what I'm hearing. But again, Cashman is not going to leak any of this stuff. If he can get Donovan, he'll get Donovan. Right? Yes, I can clarify, Mike. The article, it hasn't been proposed by the Yankees. I'm gonna attach the article down below. You'll see. They are proposing this. The Yankees have not yet officially proposed this. Okay, but it has been proposed by, I think, the Sporting News. Again, I'm going to attach the article down below so you can read it. Yeah, Cashman's not going to leak anything. I would not trade for Correa, no. If he had 4 years left, maybe, but there's no way now. Yeah. There's no way. Because he has 4 vesting years beyond the 4 years. So that could turn into an 8-year, like $260 million deal. There's no way I would do that. Well, Cashman knows too, because the people are just going to go right on to Twitter and link. And Twitter's like propaganda central for the world. So it's not going to happen. Yeah, there are a lot of teams. Yeah, he's got a couple landing spots, Ken. This is true. Orioles, the Angels. I mean, the Orioles, they lost out on Corbin Burns. They replaced him with Charlie Morton, but that's not going to be enough. The Angels, possibly. The A's are under, they're way under the threshold for avoiding a grievance, which is 105 million. They're still like 30 million under, so they're a good candidate, as are the Marlins, to absorb Marcus Stroman's contract, and they can both have a reliever with controllable years coming back to the Yankees, which makes sense for the Yankees too. So the Yankees would help their payroll issue, and then hopefully they can get a controllable reliever in return. Not yet right now, Davey. I mentioned all the 6 international prospects the Yankees have signed already today. So, and I'm gonna wait until the end of the day, and then I'll put out the full list of today. Today's the first day of the international signing day, period. So, yeah. I mean, if the Yankees can get Nardi for Stroman, I would be all over it, Pedro. If they could, I would be all over it. The Giants, I mean, the Giants made a couple moves when they brought in Willie to Adames too. So, if you get Albies or Donovan, that would be a nice offseason. Be a nice offseason. And if they add a reliever, yeah, a lefty reliever. So, but these are the trade proposals that were put forth today, that we've heard today. So I wanted to share them with you. And again, for those that haven't heard, I will attach these proposals down below. They're not my trade proposals; they're from other people. But again, we're 4 weeks left. The Yankees are looking to add a player, right? A bat and an relief arm. These are trade proposals that facilitate that. So 90 likes. All right, let's keep hitting them like buttons, gang. We got 200 plus people in here. And we only got 90 likes. I want to get past that. I would like to get 150 likes if I can. So anybody that hasn't hit the thumbs up, please do. I appreciate you. They might want another prospect. Yeah, I would not be surprised, Pedro. Appreciate you, Pedro. I have faith in Cashman. I don't spend my days trashing him like other channels do. Yeah, being a 3-player, yeah. It would take, yeah. I mean, I would offer a guy like Roderick Arias, because you'd be sending a switch hitter in exchange for a switch hitter there too. Even though Arias is a couple years away, that's why a Peraza makes sense, because Peraza could be the fill-in now, and then Arias could be the guy that they transition him to later. So, and that to me represents a little bit more of a feasible option here for the Yankees. And again, Arias seems to be blocked by George Lombard, so you might as well get some value for Roderick Arias in a trade. Would Cashman go to the Cards to see if they? Probably. I mean, Cashman might be waiting for the Arenado market price to come way down, and then he'd pounce. Yeah, then Jose Ramirez is not available, Steve-O. The Yankees are not the ones messing around. Nobody's going to trade for Jose Ramirez. The Guardians would be nuts to put him on the market. I don't understand either, Daniel, but that's what was proposed by this this morning news. But it's, I mean, if Stroman gets traded and they can get a team to eat all the contract, then I could see Tanner Scott, because that's basically a contract for a contract swap almost. So, Steve-O, you funny, man. Yeah, I mean, Albius, yeah. Cashman, well, they went to the ALCS with Donaldson and Chapman. So people can trash the trades all they want, but they went to the ALCS with both those guys multiple times. Arenado probably cost a mile prospect. If you can get, John King or JoJo in exchange go with him, then that will be a pretty good trade. But I think the Yankees will wait for Arenado's price to come down even further because nobody's really trading. And if the Red Sox happen to sign Alex Bregman, then forget about Arenado. Just leaving him. The Cardinals will be more desperate to move him if the Red Sox sign Bregman. It's one less suitor. The only suitor that has been proposed for is a logical option for Arenado. That wasn't the Yankees. Yeah, the reports are having Tanner Scott's recent asking price at 4 years, $20 million per. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it's going to be something close. The trade proposal, Grunt, and I'm going to attach it down below. It was between the Braves and the Yankees, right? Sporting News, and you can read the article. They had Ozzie Albies as an AJ Minter. Like I said, they have to amend it because AJ Minter is a free agent in exchange for Marcus Stroman and Oswald Peraza. But I think the Yankees would need to add somebody like Roderick Arias to that. So open to Detroit or Seattle. Did he really? Okay. Interesting. We don't know yet, Lou. We're waiting to see. We're not going to find anything. That's not something you're going to hear Cashman talk about, Brendan Donovan. That's just something we wake up and be like, holy shit, Brian Cashman traded for him. Like, that's what would happen there. Cashman's never going to leak to anybody because people have way too many loose lip people, way too many big mouths. And they go on Twitter and just twist everything into this baloney propaganda sandwich. So he's never going to leak information. Cardinals are at 148. Well, then send the reliever with Arenado, and then maybe the Yankees will talk. But yeah, Donovan and the Cardinals are kind of far apart. So he's one of their better players, one of their top guys, and that's one reason they want to trade Arenado to clear room for Donovan. So who is a long shot? That's why if they're gonna go for Arenado, wait for the price to come down and try to get a reliever to go with him, like John King or JoJo, something like that. So yeah, 6-man rotation I don't think was going to work for the Yankees. That throws everybody out of their rhythm. I don't think it's going to work. These guys are creatures of habit. Reed, Cole, and these guys. 6-man rotation wasn't going to work. But yeah, it's Seattle. Yeah, I agree. I don't see Seattle really being a fit for Arenado. Polanco, maybe. I don't know. Talk about DeJong too, but I don't know if DeJong's looking for a starting job either. If not, he could be a great bench piece. But we'll see. Polanco does have ties, I think. Is it with James Rosen? I think he's got ties with Rosen. Mm-hmm. Well, this is true too, Ken. Yeah. Stroman's body of work, the consistent innings pitch, could be valuable to a team like the Marlins, who they just lost Braxton Garrett last week to UCL surgery. They traded away, what do you call it? They traded away Jesus Luzardo to the Phillies. Yuri Perez is coming back off Tommy John, right? And who else? Sandy Alcantara's coming off an injury too. It's just like, and it's not the only team that's like that. People like to say, "Oh, Roki Sasaki's going to the Dodgers guarantee." We don't know. Look at their body of work with pitchers, right? Even though they brought in guys like Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow, Bobby Miller, the worst ERA in baseball, Kyle Hurt, River Ryan, Tony Gonsolin, Tommy John, Emmett Smeehan, Tommy John, Shohei Ohtani, Tommy John, Dustin May, Tommy John, Walker Buehler, Tommy John, and he's not even with them anymore. So their body of work is not the best when it comes to pitching. They're good at hiring, bringing in high guns like Snell, like Buehler, who happened to stay healthy, and Flaherty, who stayed healthy for half a season. So, but I don't, Bueller's not back. I don't see Flaherty going back there either. So I don't know, Keith. A move, they're probably going to make a move, but a significant one, they're going to wait until the market is more favorable to them. But they've already signed 6 international players today. So, yeah, Kirby Yates is another guy. I've talked about him. David Robertson's being floated as a guy that could be for the Yankees, but I think it would be good for them if they bring in a lefty reliever. So who's that, Javi? People are going to be in tears if he comes. Who are you talking about? Yeah, the Marlins just they're a mess over there. Giant Montgomery, Mike. If I'm Diamondbacks, I'm probably going to keep Montgomery now. Now that they've added Corbin Burns, you got Zach Gallen, yeah, Merrill Kelly. You have the makings of a pretty good rotation there. Well, yeah, we probably did dodge a bullet by getting Roki. So Robertson might be. He might be. Fans are going to be pissed when because people are expecting Carlos Correa or Alex Bregman. Why, I don't know. Not hearing that from the Yankees. Hearing that from people on Twitter, a couple YouTube channels who pose as if they have inside sources and inside connections. Well, they don't. Paul DeJong would be a decent bench piece, but I don't know if he's looking for a starting job or a bench job. That I don't know. No, that I'm not sure. Yeah, Eduardo Rodriguez too. That's a good point too, Ken. They've got a relatively deep rotation from the Tigers. Eduardo, that's good. Yeah, good call, Ken. Yeah. Yeah, names. They want names. They want the flavor of the month guys. The character does matter on this team. You don't want names that are going to disrupt the chemistry. That's why Trevor Bauer's not here. That's why Bregman's not here. These guys. There's a obvious reason why these guys aren't here. Roki, I think the Padres have the edge, but we'll see. We will see. DeJong will be cheap. Yep. Yep. Want to see? Yeah, Saki didn't. You know what? He didn't want the Mets either. So people control all they want, and the Mets fans have been trolling a lot of us. But who cares? They didn't get him either. Well, that's the thing too, Graham. It's one of the reasons why they don't want to sign these guys attached to QOs, not only for the big contract that they're looking for, but it's the multiple draft picks you have to give up and the international money. None of these guys have worked it. None of them. Yeah, Donovan is, again, if you can get him, my God. Blackball for exposing this. Well, that's not what makes him a. He uses Spider Tag himself too. Yeah, he also got banned for all of his other problems, but he's also a disruption in chemistry. He's a diva. He's it's no doubting he's a good pitcher, but he's also, that was 4 years ago. He's not the same pitcher now. He's not going to dominate the majors now. It's fun to watch him get out his Chinese friend on YouTube, but that's about it. But yeah, there's a reason why nobody's not even giving Bauer the minimum. So it's not for exposing the spider attack. Donovan can play second or third. He plays both, John D. That's why I think he's a perfect fit. The Mets have not taken over New York City baseball. They haven't won anything. Who's peddling that one? Because they have Soto? Not all. He's got 2 more accusers, Sean. That's the problem, the baggage that comes along with Bauer. But the drop charge is good, but there's still more accusers. No. Well, yeah, I mean, chemistry is important on this team. Is important on this team. The Mets are not better than the Yankees. Who told you that, Daniel? Mm-hmm. The final tally doesn't happen until the end of the year. The payroll that the team ends with is what determines the penalties and the luxury tax and all that stuff. Donovan is like a super utility. Your mom was right. And his offense doesn't profile well at Yankee Stadium, Bregman. He's got a good defense. Yeah, he's a good defender, but yeah. Mets got Soto, but who cares? That's all they got. They could have signed Walker for 60. Yep. I'm not surprised he went to the Astros, though. They have to replace Abreu. Judge was a compensatory draft pick. Yes, he was. When Nick Swisher signed elsewhere with the Cleveland Indians, he was given a QO, and he moved on. The draft pick in compensation that the Yankees got turned into Aaron Judge. It does affect Graham. It affects multiple things. But, if you're a repeat offender over the Cohen tax, you not only drop 10 picks in a draft already, you lose international money. So there's levels of penalties, Graham. This is one reason why the Yankees don't want to keep doing it, because they lose multiple things. It's not only luxury tax that the Yankees revenue sharing, so it's more than that. We're not jealous, Daniel. You're the one that keeps talking about them. We don't care. The Yankees pivoted. The Yankees are a better team than the Mets. If I'm the Mets fans, I wouldn't be talking anything. You got to win a championship first before you even consider yourself a New York team of New York. Yeah. Well, we don't know if there's trade talks going on in Miami. That's the thing. You could be a Mets fan. Just don't troll the people in here, because they will call you out. This is not like your traditional other channels. People are outspoken here, and that's okay. That's welcome here. On all sides, as long as people are respectful to each other. They are trying to win now, MTA, but the draft picks do help. You have to build through the draft. I mean, a third of the roster is draft picks. Opie, Dominguez, so Wells. Dominguez, an international signing. Luis Hill, international signing. Judge, draft. Volpe, draft. Wells, draft. A lot of draft picks. Mm-hmm. Leiter for King. Mark Leiter Jr. for John King. Are you talking about the Cardinals? Yeah, Soto took the money. That's okay. That's all right. Take the money. Go for it. The Mets, and I've said this before. I mean, Steve Cohen has made the Mets an attractive team to play for again. So, and they needed him. They needed a guy like him. Yeah, we graduate. Whenever you Grant, that's a good point. Whenever you graduate people to the major leagues, the farm takes a hit in the ranking. It's like Jason Dominguez gets promoted, and Wells, they take a hit in the rankings. Hill, take a hit in the rankings. So that's why you can jump from 6 to 20 in the farm rankings. Mm-hmm. International money generally doesn't roll over, Joseph. Generally, it resets next year. So they will spend most of it, I think. Maybe they'll trade some of it away for all we know. But you have until from January 15th all the way to December 15th to sign these international players. This is a long period they have. So John King for Mark Leiter Jr. I mean, not a bad trade. I mean, Leiter's got to resolve his arbitration hearing first, but not bad. This week, I don't know, John S. He never liked Judge. Who told you that? Please don't tell me you're looking at that baloney from that AI Yankees channel. That's not what you're using. That baloney video, right? That's complete trash. Yeah, well, exactly. The offseason's not over yet. There's still a lot of players that have yet to be signed. A lot of players that have yet to be traded. So we don't know yet. The teams are not complete. And that's, that does matter. Yeah, exactly. And it's just AI junk. It's ridiculous, man. They had Rafael Devers come to the Yankees. All these, like, come on, guys. Aaron Boone quitting. It's like these ridiculous videos they put forth, and they get a lot of views. People clickbait. They eat up that clickbait stuff. Yeah, so do I. And again, he's a Scott Boras client, so I can't blame him. But it is what it is. We're over it. There's a couple, yeah, Bill. There are a couple AI Yankees channels out there. It's baloney. It's absolute baloney. But we don't know yet, Jose. It's not how true. It's not. It's a proposal put forth by in an article. Good, Billo. Good. We don't know where Saki's going yet. I don't really care where he goes at this point. No. Well, exactly. I mean, I've said this, right, Ken? If the Yankees signed Soto, so many folks were saying, well, the Yankees would sign Soto and no one else. That's exactly what the Mets have done. And they brought back Mania. Good for them. They haven't re-signed Pete Alonso yet. They need a bullpen. They need another starter. So they haven't done that. So they have not done anybody of significance beyond Juan Soto. So people are accusing the Yankees of doing the same thing that the Mets have actually done. The Yankees have brought in like 6 guys already, or 7 guys. Well, exactly too, Graham. Yeah, when you lose players, we traded away like 25 or 30. So for those that accuse the Yankees of prospect collecting, they traded about 25 or 30 pitchers over the last couple of years too, and the Yankees still compete every year. Stole Clay Holmes from me. He was a free agent, Daniel. They didn't steal him. The Yankees didn't want Clay Holmes back. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's just clickbait trash, that channel. Like, it's just ridiculous. No idea, Pete Alonso. He's you know, yeah. That's why I don't use MLBTradeValues.com because it's so skewed. So you don't get rid of those AI clickbait. You just block the channel. That's all you can pretty much do. Call them out. People want to keep watching it. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Yeah, we didn't have. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad we didn't give Clay a QO. He would have taken it most likely. So Yankees lineup's going to be more diverse. It's going to be longer. It's going to be less top heavy. So it's going to be a more balanced lineup. And the bullpen's stronger. The rotation's stronger. They're fundamentally more sound on the defensive side. So the Yankees are a better team. Yeah, I mean, we know this, the blow from losing Soto. It sucked for a little bit, but they pivoted real fast. And like I said yesterday, after losing Sasaki, they were going to pivot quickly, right? They've already signed 6 guys today internationally. 6 today. So logical ideas are good, Joseph. Logical ideas are okay. They are comic relief, Ken. Yeah, you're right about that. And so are the couple of, the YouTube channels led by real people who just trash Boone and Cashman all the time. Don't put any value into their content, but they get, people to listen to them. Which is crazy, but it is what it is. There are also paths. Yeah, I mean, there are paths for Spencer Jones. But I think the most logical fit for him, start him at AAA, let him earn his way up in the majors. Get that September call up like Dominguez did. And in the meantime, you can play Brendan Davis, the guy they traded for, or Everson Pereira to be the 4th outfielder, and just go from there. And then when it's time for Spencer Jones, I mean, Spencer Jones could essentially, he could replace Clay Bellinger in the outfield. If Bellinger stays and moves to first base, he could do that. He could replace Goldschmidt at first base and keep Bellinger out. There's options for Spencer Jones, and the fact is he's an elite athlete, and he's an elite defender with speed, with ridiculous amount of power. No, They weren't treated badly by Yankee security, Dan. That's overblown. Again, overblown. They treated him like treated everybody else. No special treatment, extra special treatment. They didn't treat his family bad. Don't have what, Nelson? I don't understand what you're saying. It is Mets propaganda. It's just people fall for this stuff. I know, and then they probably want to hear it because they're Mets fans. Fine, go right ahead. But like, if it's propaganda, it's going to get called out on this channel. Cubs. I mean, I'm hearing that the Cubs people are hoping that he signs with them, but it looks as if he's more likely to go to Detroit or come back to Houston. For all I know, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, that stuff was way overblown about Soto. Like, who cares now? Yep. If I'll tell you this, Daniel, I'm confident if Spencer Jones makes massive strides or significant strides, then it might make it easier for them to not give Kyle Tucker $400 or $500 million next year. Because Spencer Jones is 5 years younger than Kyle Tucker with the exact same skill set. An elite defender in the outfield, speed, power. It's Kyle Tucker with a little bit more power. I heard, was he offered official 4 years? I heard it was 3 years and a 4 year option for a fourth year, Marcus. Let me see. If he gets a 4 year official, then maybe the Red Sox will consider that, but I think he's still looking for 5 because he turned down 6. So, but yeah, well, this is why you don't go to Twitter for news. Let's see. Yeah. Twitter's like propaganda central of the world. Tigers looking for updated Yankees international signings. Nothing yet. Okay. They did shoot themselves in the foot. And Alonso too. If the Red Sox sign Bregman, yeah, I mean, I would count it with Donovan, but it'll be easier for the Cardinals will be more desperate to trade Arenado. Maybe they'll be willing to eat more money. Maybe they'll be willing to add a reliever to Arenado. So either way, it could play to the Yankees' advantage if the Red Sox sign Bregman, as it pertains to the Cardinals. Jones is now working with Judge's hitting instructor. I've watched live footage of him in the cage recently, and of Spencer Jones. His loading phase is very similar, almost identical to Aaron Judge's now. So he's making some adjustments to his swing and his posture, which is good. Which is very good. Clemenza, there he is. And again, Spencer Jones is gigantic, just like Aaron Judge. So their attack to the ball is a little bit different. That's why his loading phase has to be similar. They can maximize this part of the loading phase here, and then boom, and then there's a connectivity part in his swing with the loading phase. So trade proposal is from a Sporting News. I'm going to attach them down below. It's between the Braves and the Yankees. But I mentioned the second one that came out while it was live for the Cubs and the Yankees. But the Braves one was Ozzie Albies to the Yankees with A.J. Minter. But A.J. Minter is a free agent, so they have to nix that in exchange for Peraza and Marcus Stroman. Yeah, I think Devers would move to first base if they acquire Bregman. If they sign Bregman. It just makes sense. Bregman's a top-notch defender at third base. Yeah. Dominguez working on his defense. Yes, there's quite a few guys right now, quite a few Yankees that are working on some things. So you saw that footage, right, Graham? Yeah, of Jones in the cage. He was like tearing the cover off the ball. Money, yeah. Like Hector was reporting live at the winter meetings for us, and he was telling that the Mets were actively trying to trade for Vlad at the winter meetings, but it didn't pan out. I doubt DJ is going to be starting anywhere. Pereira too, yeah, he's coming off TJ, but he's another one. Well, yeah, Bregman can be the second baseman in Boston too. I mean, they've got Trevor Story short. I don't even know who the second baseman is. Oh, oh yeah. I mean, Spencer Jones, he's got exit velocity through the roof like Stanton and Judge. Mm-hmm. We know that the Yankees are actively trying to trade Stroman, so they're waiting for a deal that's favorable to them, Eddie. So, and again, like the thing is, and I say this, Cashman's never going to leak what he's doing. He's not going to tell people, to give people a chance to basically F it up on social media. So he's not going to leak. He's just going to trade, and then you'll find out afterward. No. No, I hear you, Clemenza. Oswald Peraza. Yeah, I know a lot of people would. I wish he would have gotten a shot a couple years ago. Well, exactly, Beagle. He keeps the info close to his vest. I think Spencer Jones will get called up too. If they really want to be ballsy, then they can trade Grisham and then bring up Spencer Jones. But I don't want to forfeit his development, which is why I said, like, I'd rather have him playing regularly at AAA and getting reps instead of sitting on the bench in the majors as a fourth outfielder. Pereira can ride here while he rehabs from surgery, and like Brennan Davis, guys like that can be outfield depth here. No. Spencer Jones needs to get continued reps. And the only way he's going to do that right now is in AAA. Yeah, good for Kyle Tucker. He's going to cost probably, I'm going to say close to $500 million. Him and Vlad, I think they're both going to be close to $500 million. Mm-hmm. Grisham, yeah, if Dominguez falters, yeah, no doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. No doubt, yeah. I think Spencer Jones will get some important development in AAA. But yeah, Peraza's got an elite glove. Unfortunately, he's out of options too, so it has to work. Well, Verdugo's another great defender too. I think he's going to go elsewhere, but he's a great defender. He really, really is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, lefty pitchers for the bullpen below. Yeah, one or two, which is why I don't think Tommy Kahnle's going to come back because they got Fernando Cruz now in the trade for when they traded Jose Trevino to the Reds. Yeah, well, I think Tucker's worth more than Vladdy, my personal opinion, Pedro. So, yeah. Verdugo, an Angel, an Oakland A, Pittsburgh Pirate, like any one of those teams. Any one of those teams. I mean, I don't think he'll be a fit anymore, Ollie, but I wouldn't be offended if they did bring him, but I don't think he'll be back, Verdugo. Personally, I think he's be a better fit somewhere else. And get just an opportunity to be regular because he wouldn't be a starter now if they brought back Verdugo, and that's the problem too because they've got Bellinger and now Dominguez and Judge, so he wouldn't even start. And that would be the other problem. So, Marquise Grissom. Oh boy, retired. Yeah, that's a good question, Patrick. It looks like much of the pitching is on on the Far East, out in Asia, as opposed to Dominican Republic and Venezuela and Cuba. And I don't know why. It's a good question. United did develop some pitchers. That's how the Yankees got Luis Hill. He's an international player. Yeah. Vladdy's gonna get, if he stays healthy, he's gonna get paid. Well, the thing in Asia too, Beagle, is that they play with a lighter ball. It's a little bit of a different. That's why it's an adjustment period from Japan or even Korea up to the majors. Which is why I think whoever gets Roki Sasaki better be smart with him. Yeah, Brandon, like that. Brian Hayes. If you haven't heard, if you might seen my morning video, he's asked for a trade now from the Pirates. So, it's at the very least from Cashman. I'm looking into it in case they can't get Brendan Donovan and so on and so forth. So, oh yeah, you got jokes sitting in the bleachers. Why, I'm not sure, but I'm not surprised, Joseph. I mean, they've done some of their other players dirty, the Pirates. So, and they pitch once a week too in Asia and Japan. So they pitch once a week. Hmm. Yes, indeed. But yeah, I mean, like Rowdy Tellez, who was 4 at bats away from a 200K bonus with the Pirates, they cut him right before that, so he couldn't get his bonus. Like they did him dirty. They did him dirty. So East Coast, yeah, it kind of looks like that, Eddie. Yeah, that's true. Geographically, I understand too. Yeah, that makes some kind of sense there. I don't know, Brandon. I don't know. I mean, Toronto has a large Japanese population, but the Padres did the full court press. They had him out there, and he had a second meeting with the Padres, and they took him to Yu Darvish's house. They had the manager there. They had Manny Machado there. They had Jackson Merrill, their top prospect. So they had all hands on deck for Roki Day. They gave him the royal treatment there recently. So, and then the Petco Park treatment. So, they didn't trade Dominguez, and they wouldn't trade him to the Tigers for Javi Baez. There's no way they would do that. That was a joke, Jonas. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Well, that's the thing. Like the Pirates have to do better by it. They have to bring in better players. They have to, develop well and not be afraid to spend on occasion. Give fans a reason to want to come. It's a beautiful stadium, great fans, but they got to give them a reason to come and cheer for them. Yeah. What would the Yankees do if Dominguez doesn't perform? Well, that's a good question. If Spencer Jones is developing, you replace him with Spencer Jones. That's why they need a good outfielder on the bench as well. Cohen, there he is. There he is. So, Roki with the Padres would be fun. Yeah. And again, like I said, the Dodgers recently have not had a good track record of pitchers. Offensively, different story. You make the Ozzie. It's an interesting Ozzie trade proposal. It was an interesting. Yeah. I blame you, Hayden. I was preferring Imanaga last year. I don't know if you remember. I did videos on Imanaga. I preferred him to Yamamoto. I said in my prediction, I also predicted Imanaga would be the best Japanese pitcher in the majors last year. He was. Yeah. And Kodai Senga, another one. Go with the Mets. Yeah. Man, Dominic, what's good, my friend? Yeah, you remember that? Remember that guy? Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I wanted to get you those 2 trade proposals out there. And Japanese pitcher, the new guy, yeah. And again, it might be good for the Yankees to investigate some of the guys like Imanaga instead of going after the super duper hyped young Japanese pitcher, right? And go after a guy. Imanaga could have been good. That's why they got like, I mean, Hiroki Kuroda signed with the Dodgers first, then they came to the Yankees when he was entering the majors. But Masahiro Tanaka, some of these other guys. But don't be afraid to go after these older, more experienced pitchers either, even though they won't cost as much. You know. Hmm. Yeah, I wonder where rookies. I mean, we'll find out soon where Sasaki's going. So yeah, Zach. Yeah, I don't block people for having differing views. The only time we zap people is when they're disrespectful to people. So restricting open view. What channels? What channels are you seeing that do that, Zach? So I know to avoid them. I know there are certain channels who block people who disagree with them and attack people for disagreeing with them, and I don't find that to be very valuable. We welcome different views and opinions here. What I don't welcome is attacking people on a channel. That's not right. No. Yeah, Muncie. Yeah, I mean, he could. I don't know. We really don't know what's going to happen with Arenado. In all honesty, yeah, the Yankees are going to have to give up a lot to get Donovan, Patrick, a lot. Um, Maybe a pitcher and Roderick Arias. Maybe us. They're going to have to give up quite a bit. So we'll see. Rose, a Rose view. Oh, NYY. Yeah, I don't watch them at all. So yeah. I kind of I have an idea. I know who you're talking about. You have to give super chats in order for them to acknowledge you at all. And I appreciate all super chats when they come, but I don't expect them. And I acknowledge everybody in here. You know what I mean? Appreciate you, Daniel. And the super chats are are greatly appreciated, but not expected. And I want people to feel like they're part of a family here. And Brandon, yeah, Arias is kind of blocked by George Lombard, but I know exactly what you're talking about, Zach. They generally don't acknowledge anybody unless you pay. Yeah. Yeah. And they basically tell other people they're not real fans if they don't agree with them. I find that to be comical. Um, but you're welcome here, Zach. Welcome here, my friend. Yeah, Murakami did mention the Yankees is the team he wants to play for. Um, see if it actually happens. Hmm. Yeah, that's exactly Beagle. Just down to earth, kind of normal, easygoing, and we try to keep. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Graham. We try to be have a level head with our proposals. And again, I share other people's proposals that way you can get an idea of what other people are thinking and so on and so forth. So, I don't expect people to just agree with me all the time. That's like, I'm not here saying I'm right. And, if you disagree with me, you're not a real fan. That's baloney. Backup, I don't know, Bucket. That's a good question. I don't know. It could be one of these free agents. Um, Appreciate you, Steve Legend. And if he's my boy, Day 7 is my boy too. Yeah. Yankees are not done, Daniel. They're not done. I don't know who told you that, but they're not done. Mazza too. Yeah. All just level-headed, good dudes, man. Appreciate these guys. Yeah, backup catcher. There's a couple options for ages, a couple options in the trades. I mean, they got JC Escardi. They just got that guy Alex Jackson from the Reds in the Jose Trevino trade. But I have a feeling they're going to Uncle Tats from Pinstripe Chronicles, another good man. Yep. Um, I think they're going to bring in somebody. I don't know who yet, but I think they're going to bring in somebody. They had a phenomenal offseason, Davey. Phenomenal offseason. So, and honestly don't think Tanner Scott's going to happen unless Stroman gets moved. Exactly, Ken. Exactly. You got to get Tessio there. You got that right. Yeah, I mean, Matt Blake might have gotten as much as he can from Hill. I wonder. I don't know. Because I think at this point, they would have brought back Tim Hill. So I'm a little surprised that they haven't brought him back yet. But I get it, but I'm surprised. If they would trade Albies, give it to us, Buckeye. Give it to us, the lineup. Yeah, Murakami's got that sweet left-handed swings, tailor-made for Yankee Stadium, 100%. No, I don't think the Mets will sign Tanner Scott, Brandon. I don't think they will. Matsuda only Japanese world. That's a good point, Jack. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a good observation. I think the Mets will bring in a couple more guys, Brandon, but Tanner Scott, I'd be surprised. Albies, Bellinger, Judge, Jazz, Stanton, Goldschmidt, Holmes, Dominguez, Volpe. I like that, Buckeye. I mean, personally, I would swap Volpe and Wells. I would put Volpe in the 7th spot and Wells in the 9th spot, but I'm okay with that too. But again, that 7, 8, and 9 is much better than it has been in a long time. And that's the key. And if you can get somebody like Albies, even if it's Luis Arias, you put in those 7, 8, 9 guys and play more often, And I appreciate you, Joseph, man. Appreciate you. Fans from other channels are always welcome here. Fans from other teams are always welcome here. We get trolled by a lot of Mets fans and Dodgers, but that comes with the territory. That's fine. We know you, David. We love you too, David, man. You know what I mean? You know that. I'm going to repeat. LG Dave Vids, I'm going to put the trade down below, but one last time. It's the Yankees Braves that this trade proposal was put forth by Sporting News. Ozzy Albies comes to the Yankees and AJ Minter, but like I said, he's a free agent. They got to get rid of that for Marcus Stroman and Oswald Peraza. That's the trade. Bregman and Arenado, I don't think both of them go to Detroit, Joey. One of them might, but I don't see both of them going there. Yeah, I mean Tucker Patrick will be on the Yankees' radar. That's why But if the Yankees have their own guy in house, Spencer Jones, that makes big strides, they may not need to give Tucker almost $500 million. It is. Buckeye's a sign of respect, Cone. It's a sign of respect. We have another guy who's an Ohio State Buckeye called Buckeye, also named David. So it's a sign of respect. Nothing but love on that one. Yeah, I mean, if Albies is okay, it is a no-brainer for the Yankees. I don't know. It's a good question. All things Yankees, I have no idea. And this isn't a proposal put forth by the Braves or the Yankees. So, but if Albies does somehow come, he'll lead off. Yeah. So would Nico Horner. Oh yeah. The Yankees they don't have to have one, but I like one in there just to have a little bit of a different dynamic, Ken. But if you look, if you're a righty, you can get dudes out, then you're righty and get dudes out. So, like David Robinson or Kirby Yates, then I'm all for it. Keep bringing it, Brandon. I appreciate it. I'm going to wrap it up too because I got to get back to work. But again, look down below. I'll attach the articles for both of these trade proposals so you can take a look at it yourself. And you give me thoughts in the comments. And again, if anything else comes out, let me do one last check here. See if the Yankees have added any. When am I enjoying from the shift? I'll ask Eddie. I'll invite Joey on, so we can do something. We can do something fun international. I'm gonna check the Yankees. It would be definitely an upgrade. I'm looking at the international signing tracker right now. One quick hit before we leave here. The Yankees are still at 6 players. They've signed 6 players so far. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The Mets have signed 12. Can you imagine the Mets get Vladdy and don't win? But that's my take on it, Ken. If you can get dudes out, then I don't care if you pitch from the righty or lefty side. As long as you can get them to them out. So depends, Marcus. If something happens, I'll go live. Depends on if something happens. So, but I wanted to get this out here to you, and you just give me your thoughts and let me know what you think about it. So I appreciate all he is. Peace and love to everyone. Adrian, appreciate that, man. And Dodgers. All right, let me take a look at the Dodgers really quickly. Dodgers have signed none. Only because they're still in waiting for Hiroki Sasaki. Because he'll probably get almost 100% of that money that the Dodgers have. That's why the Dodgers haven't signed any. Let me see if the Padres have signed any. That'd be good. Let's see, San Diego and the Toronto Blue Jays. Just as a point of reference, San Diego Padres, none. Toronto Blue Jays, none. All 3 teams that are in the running for Hiroki Sasaki have not signed a single international player yet. There goes that. So, but that's it, gang. You guys are the best. I appreciate all he is. And again, Metsy, we'll see what happens, Daniel. We'll see what happens. All right. We will definitely, yeah. Yes, Bill, that's a good question, too. You could get Vladdy in there. Yeah. Be a little test of be ego competition there, but it is what it is. Soto, he knew he wasn't going to be the guy here, the Yankees. He can be the guy in the Mets. If that matters to him, then so be it. But have a great day, everybody. Get back to work, or get back to life, whatever you're doing. Peace and love. All and out. Talk to you next time.